Lavin, none of this has been done in a foam pit, and he's a big dude too, so he's kind of robust and he's built for a crash.
44 is backing up 2 and 3 will put him into 5th place. So Cam White with a combined score of 88.32 is top 5 right now as we move on to Anthony Neapolitan. Now, there's his situation. 2 low scores. He's got to drop that second 40.38 and combine it with something absolutely stellar.
Yeah, he's got to look at perfection right now. I mean, this is Anthony's kind of course. He loves all these rollers, these like finicky little jumps along the lows, and he's got some of the biggest tricks, but he's just been struggling a little bit. See, pulling up short again. This is not the Neapolitan that we've seen at the Dosch or over the years, and that doesn't look like it's much fun either.
Well, he's grabbing that right ankle as he came unseated. Remember, we talked about the transitions or the landings. They have to be nearly perfect on this course or you lose all speed momentum and you can't catch that next jump. So Neapolitan being helped off the course, his day is done. Certainly not enough to get him onto the top 3 positions, but a strong run for him, a 41.25. There is your leader, Dennis Enarson. Can he stay there or will someone unseat Dennis Enarson? We'll find out when we return to the Portland Invitational. Back in the Rose City where the leader continues to be Dennis Enarson with a 91.12 with still a 3rd and final run to go. Dosch sits in 2nd as the defending champion, the overall Dew Cup winner, and Kyle Baldock, the Australian, lurking in 3rd place. He also has his 3rd and final run. We'll see that right now. The 20-year-old out of Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Failed to qualify for the Dew Tour in 2010, comes out in 2011, wins the first weekend in Ocean City. Now Kyle needs a 46.07 to take the lead away from Dennis Enarson.
He definitely can do it. He's got some absolutely massive tricks, and is this the time to unleash the one that they've been talking about? Get ready, Portland, this is it. Oh my gosh, he's done it again. Straight to front flip. Can he keep this dream run on course? Good Lord, that's how you win a contest.
I know he's Australian, that's a Commonwealth, but you might have to give him for Queen and Country on that one.
He can have it, because he's trying to take it all right here. He's trying to take the win from Dennis Enarson, the momentum from Brandon Dosch, and all the fans from Portland. He wants it all.
A young man who has been dealing with some very difficult emotions as his younger brother died in a motorcycle accident in April, and he comes out and still has the composure, Jamie, to throw this down.
Look at that. That is absolutely massive. He's going to clear the 10. He's that high. Wow, look, the first flip, the second flip, looking all the time for that landing, and that jump is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. That is a big, big jump. And that's a big trick.
Estimation, how high was he there?
Man, what, like 15 feet in the air? He was absolutely huge and massive. And then finishing with this, a double tail whip, just a solid run. I mean, we've never seen riding like this. Look at this. The first backflip is kind of slow, and the second he really just pulls it in and around and then stomps that landing to perfection. Amazing riding from that young Gold Coast ripper.
Well, when TJ Lavin designed this course, I don't know if he had that in mind. Here's a young man who has just come to Portland and had been nothing but business as he goes into 1st place, a 91.44. He has done it right, Jamie. He's improved his score every run. So he throws away the first run, and now he's stuck with 2 stellar runs in 1st place, 91.44.
Wow, and that's definitely gave the other competitors something to really think about now as we come into the final runs.
How would you like to be Chris Doyle? At 30 years of age, he has to follow up what Baldock just threw down. So thanks a lot, Ozzy. Appreciate that.
You know what? It's tough for these guys. When kids that young come out and just blow the barn doors off the dirt course, it's tough. But Doyle, he's no stranger to big guns, especially following them up. He's got some tricks of his own. Nice whip transfer there. Getting it started, missing that.
Yep.
Over the longer low, what do we got? Nice 360 invert there for Doyle. Not the run he wanted.
You talk about missing it for the people watching at home when he goes up there and doesn't do a trick. Is it just the momentum wasn't there? He was off his line?
He was just off his line. You know, like we said earlier, you've got to land perfect on every one of these jumps. And as we've seen TJ Ellis Anthony Neapolitan. If you're not on that line, you're not making that next jump. But Doyle, he was a little bit offline, but he still made it. But in this game, it's all about the tricks. Look, he got a little bit funky on that landing, stooped over the handlebars, and didn't have what it takes to make that trick happen over the next set. Another highlight, look at that. Shoulder buzzing action from Chris Doyle as he sticks in that 360 invert. I'm sure there's a bunch of people on the East Coast trail scene that are loving that trick right now.
Well, he is 9 months away from ankle surgery that he had at the end of November of last year, and here he is in the final.
Honey,
89-19 as he sends out best wishes to the family back in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. When we come back, Dennis Enarson, does he take back the lead or will it be the day belonging to Kyle Baldock? We will find out when the Portland Invitational rolls on live here on NBC.
You better get loud for Nasty Chorus.
I just moved back to Tehachapi to find myself, get myself in that Rocky Balboa mindset, and do work. I'm sorry, this is crazy. I'll keep you guys entertained this year for sure.
There is Corey Nastasio.
Man, if I could watch anybody on this whole tour, it would be that guy. He's a true entertainer, and he's always up to something. You could always count on Nasty for getting you into trouble.
AllySports.com is a site. Corey Nastasio is the entertainer. There's Kyle Baldock, and there are your standings right now. The 91-44 with just 4 competitors to go. Remember, it's 3 runs. We only keep the 2 best, and we combine them. And Dennis Enarson was the leader after 2 runs. Got bumped out by Baldock. Now he's going to need a 45.64 to take the lead. His last run was a 45.81. So definitely he is capable of that.
Yeah, he's very capable. Here we go, folks. This is for the win today. Dennis Enarson, big flip whip to get it started. Nice cannonball, Lake Superman. 360 and over that long and low. Opposite 360 bar spin is, and I say is, that enough?
Pretty technical run. He did a lot of things that other guys weren't doing, especially in the rollers and the lead-up. But was it technical enough to impress the judges to give him that score?
You know what? It was, but it wasn't as tight as the second run that he did. You know, it was good stuff. Big flip whip, the cannonball, the late Superman, the only guy 360 and over the long and low. You know what? I'm not a judge, and I don't want to be. That's why I like talking on TV. But look at that. Big flip whip. This, grabbing the seat. That's the cannonball. Putting the legs in the Superman. Perfect. Coming over that long and low. Look at that. He's the only guy doing it. It's so hard. There's no air time, and you have to get that spin exactly right in order to hit this. Opposite spin, 360 with the bar spin in it. That's a tough trick to do.
And look at this. 91.75, so Enarson goes into first place by way of a 45.94.
And what's great about that, look at the camaraderie between the guy he's just bumped down into second place and Dennis Enarson. That's what BMX Dirt's all about. Everybody gets involved. Everybody has a good time. And for these young kids, they're so stoked to be on this big stage with their heroes, the biggest riders in the world, and just laying it down and having a great time.
Down to our final 3 competitors, TJ Ellis, 2 subpar runs for him, the standard he likes to do. But remember, this young man coming off a full ACL meniscus surgery in February of this year.
You know
so this
what?
is the first big event for him.
It is a big event for him, and everybody says that, you know, I'm not 100% this, you know, and that. Nobody comes to a do tour 100%. Everybody has some kind of ailment. It wouldn't be a do tour if it wasn't, and they wouldn't be an action sports athlete if they weren't. But he's got to pull deep today. He's got to look into all the skills he gets down at the compound and make it happen. Look at that no-handed backflip, straight to tie grab to no-hander. Ellis on the charge. Nice 360 double tail whip, but the feet went on the landing. And you know what that's going to hurt, and it's more than the family jewels.
Well, that's the TJ Ellis we thought we'd see in the first 2 runs. He's working out the kinks of being off the bike for a long period of time.
Nice no-handed backflip there. Look at that. Here we go. Second hit. tire grab, straight to no-hander, original move. Don't see too many guys doing that. TJ laying it down in the sunshine here in Portland. Over that long and low, catching that front wheel a little bit. Had to put a crank in just to keep the speed, but come back very strong. 360 double tail whip and just not making that landing, not getting those feet to the pedals.
Well, it's his best run of the three, no question about that. We'll see what the judges give him. A 43.88. Unfortunately, he has to hold on to the 41.44, so TJ Ellis will take a top 10 finish right now. All right, so we're down to the final two competitors. These guys battled all the way to Vegas last year. This is Brett Banasiewicz, just 16 years of age. And remember, the score to beat right now is a 91.75 put up by Dennis Enarson. So that means Banasiewicz needs a 47.63.
All right, kids, this has got to be video game time. He needs everything he's got, and it's not looking like it's happening, but a good save. What's he got? Cash roll over the last set. Wow.
That was clean.
That was clean, but in the middle of the run, it did nearly fall apart.
The cash roll, the signature move that he unveiled last year.
Look at that single whip over that second set, landed one-footed, still gets his foot on, makes that roller, and then coming back with this. Please don't ask me how to describe this trick, because I don't even know how to get it started. It's like a front flip that goes into a back flip, that goes into a 360, that comes out roses. And here in Portland, that's all we need.
And all the while, it's all corked out. He's all ski-wampus, but he somehow manages to get the tires down first. So Banasiewicz looking for something here in his third run. It's going to be a 44.50. Puts him into sixth place with an 88.63.
Yeah.
So
Dennis definitely dodged a bullet with Banasiewicz. He's one of the big hitters, but Banasiewicz really needed to just get back in the hunt.
Yep. Our final competitor here in the dirt final is Brandon Dosch. He is the defending Dew Cup champion at 22 years of age out of Lake Orion, Michigan.
Right now, it doesn't really matter what Brandon Dosch needs. What he does need is a very, very solid run. Enarson has had 3 amazing runs all day, but Dosch, he's got the skills that definitely pay the bills.
Well, he'd like to drop that 45.06, and what he needs to take the lead and get the win, 46.19 would give him the victory.
All right, Dosch saying this is it. It's coming with the fire here in Portland. Double tail whip transfer, straight to 360 look back. Are we going to see this trick over the last? Oh, 1080! Oh! Wow!
Brandon Dosch went for it all, and Jamie, I think if he puts that thing down, no question about it, he walks away with the win.
You know what? You don't need to go to Las Vegas to gamble. You can do it right here in Portland on the riverside. Dosch goes for that 1080 and coming up just a little bit short, but hats off to him for making it happen here today. Look at that. All the time he's spinning, looking for that landing, and he had it. Oh. He had it. He was about a foot away from maybe taking the win from Enarson.
Look at it in the super slow-mo, just one little bunny hop on that back tire. He can smooth that out, and he is money.
Look at that. The upper part of the body is straight. He's opening up here on the 720, straightening up for that last 360, and then opening up again to get that landing. And that is so close to perfection.
So Dennis Enarson, Brandon Dosch, Kyle Baldock putting on a fantastic show. But in the end, wow, Brandon Dosch, I love your comment. He went for it. He gambled, and he went for it, trying to progress the sport, but he comes up a little bit short. So that means that Dennis Enarson is your winner with a 91.75, the 4th BMX Dirt victory for the 20-year-old from San Diego, California. Let's send it down to Tiffany.
Dennis, the first dirt comp out of this year, and you get your 4th career win. You seem really dialed out there today. What was it?
I like the jumps a lot. Like everyone else kind of seemed like they weren't really feeling them, and I like how there's like the little like long and low and the rollers and stuff, because it's more trail style and the other dudes aren't used to it, and I'm psyched.
A guy that had a huge part of that was TJ Lavin. He was able to be out here today. Anything you want to say to him?
Thanks, TJ, for making a course that actually like you couldn't just get over every jump real easy, because it helped me a lot.
It did help you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
So Dennis Enarson